Act 3 of The Winter's Tale by William Shakespeare. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Act 3. Scene 1. Sicilia. A street in some town. Enter Cleomenes and Dion.
The climate's delicate, the air most sweet, fertile the isle, the temple much surpassing the common praise it bears.
I shall report foremost it caught me, the celestial habits. Methinks I so should term them, and the reverence of the grave wearers of the sacrifice. How ceremonious, solemn, and unearthly it was in the offering.
But of all, the burst and the ear-deafening voice of the oracle, kin to Jove's thunder, so surprised my sense that I was nothing.
If the event of the journey prove successful to the queen, oh, be it so. As it hath been to us rare, pleasant, speedy, the time is worth the use on't.
Great Apollo turn all to the best. These proclamations, so forcing faults upon Hermione, I little like.
The violent carriage of it will clear or end the business, when the oracle, thus by Apollo's great divine sealed up, shall the contents discover something rare, even then will rush to knowledge. Go, fresh horses, and gracious be the issue.
Exeunt. Scene 2. The same. A court of justice. Enter Leontes. Lords and officers appear, properly seated.
This session, to our great grief we pronounce, even pushes gainst our heart the party tried the daughter of a king, our wife, and one of us too much beloved. Let us be cleared of being tyrannous, since we so openly proceed in justice, which shall have due course even to the guilt or the purgation. Produce the prisoner.
It is His Highness's pleasure that the Queen appear in person here in court.
Silence!
Hermione is brought in guarded, Paulina and ladies attending.
Read the indictment.
Hermione, Queen to the worthy Leontes, King of Sicilia, thou art here accused and arraigned of high treason in committing adultery with Polixenes, King of Bohemia, and conspiring with Camillo to take away the life of our sovereign lord the king, thy royal husband. The pretence whereof being by circumstances partly laid open, thou, Hermione, contrary to the faith and allegiance of true subject, didst counsel and aid them for their better safety to fly away by night.
Since what I am to say must be but that which contradicts my accusation, and the testimony on my part no other but what comes from myself, it shall scarce boot me to say not guilty. Mine integrity being counted falsehood, shall as I express it be so received. But thus, if powers divine behold our human actions, as they do, I doubt not then but innocence shall make false accusation blush, and tyranny tremble at patience. You, my lord, best know, who least will seem to do so, my past life hath been as continent, as chaste, as true, as I am now unhappy, which is more than history can pattern, though devised and played to take spectators. For behold me, a fellow of the royal bed, which o'er a moiety of the throne, a great king's daughter, the mother to a hopeful prince, here standing to prate and talk for life and honour for who please to come and hear. For life, I prize it as I weigh grief which I would spare. For honour, 'tis a derivative from me to mine, and only that I stand for. I appeal to your own conscience, sir. Before Polixenes came to your court, how I was in your grace, how merited to be so. Since he came, with what encounter so uncurrent I have strained to appear thus. If one jot beyond the bound of honour, or in act, or will that way inclining, hardened be the hearts of all that hear me, and my nearest of kin cry fie upon my grave.
I ne'er heard yet that any of these bolder voices wanted less impudence to gainsay what they did, than to perform it first.
That's true enough, though 'tis a saying, sir, not due to me.
You will not own it.
More than mistress of which comes to me in name of fault, I must not at all acknowledge. For Polixenes, with whom I am accused, I do confess I loved him as in honour he required, with such a kind of love as might become a lady like me, with a love even such, so and no other, as yourself commanded, which not to have done, I think had been in me both disobedience and ingratitude to you and toward your friend, whose love had spoke, ever since it could speak, from an infant, freely that it was yours. Now for conspiracy, I know not how it tastes, though it be dished for me to try how. All I know of it is that Camillo was an honest man, and why he left your court, the gods themselves, wotting no more than I, are ignorant.
You knew of his departure, as you know what you have undertaken to do in his absence.
Sir, you speak a language that I understand not. My life stands in the level of your dreams, which I lay down.
Your actions are my dreams. You had a bastard by Polixenes, and I but dreamed it. As you are past all shame, those of your fact are so past all truth, which to deny concerns more than avails. For as thy brat hath been cast out like to itself, no farther owning it, which is indeed more criminal in thee than it, so thou shalt feel our justice, in whose easiest passage look for no less than death.
Sir, spare your threats. The bug which you would fright me with I seek. To me can life be no commodity. The crown and comfort of my life, your favour, I do give lost, for I do feel it gone, but know not how it went. My second joy, and first fruits of my body, from his presence I am barred, like one infectious. My third comfort, starred most unluckily, is from my breast, the innocent milk in its most innocent mouth, haled out to murder. Myself on every post proclaimed a strumpet, with immodest hatred the childbed privilege denied, which longs to women of all fashion. Lastly, hurried here to this place, in the open air, before I have got strength of limit. Now, my liege, tell me what blessings I have here alive, that I should fear to die. Therefore proceed. But yet hear this, mistake me not. No life, I prize it not a straw, but for mine honour, which I would free, if I shall be condemned upon surmises, all proof sleeping else but what your jealousies awake, I tell you 'tis rigour, and not law. Your honours all, I do refer me to the oracle. Apollo be my judge.
This your request is altogether just. Therefore bring forth, and in Apollo's name, his oracle.
Exeunt certain officers.
The Emperor of Russia was my father. Oh, that he were alive, and here beholding his daughter's trial, that he did but see the flatness of my misery, yet with eyes of pity, not revenge.
Re-enters officers, with Cleomenes and Dion. You here shall swear upon this sword of justice that you, Cleomenes and Dion, have both been at Delphos, and from thence have brought this sealed up oracle by the hand delivered of great Apollo's priest, and that since then you have not dared to break the holy seal, nor read the secrets in't. All this
we swear.
Break up the seals and read.
Hermione is chaste. Polixenes blameless. Camillo a true subject. Leontes a jealous tyrant his innocent babe, truly begotten, and the king shall live without an heir, if that which is lost be not found.
Now blessed be the great Apollo.
Praised.
Hast thou read truth?
Ay, my lords, even so, as it is here set down.
There is no truth at all in the oracle. The session shall proceed. This is mere falsehood.
Enter a servant hastily.
My lord the king, the king.
What is the business?
Oh, sir, I should be hated to report it. The prince your son, with mere conceit and fear of the queen's speed, is gone.
How? Gone?
Is dead.
Apollo's angry, and the heavens themselves do strike at my injustice.
Hermione faints.
Oh,
Another.
this news is mortal to the queen. Look down and see what death is doing.
Take her hence. Her heart is but our child, she will recover. I have too much believed mine own suspicion. Beseech you tenderly apply to her some remedies for life.
Exeunt Paulina and ladies with Hermione.
Apollo, pardon my great profaneness against thine oracle. Reconcile me to Polixenes' new woo, my queen. Recall the good Camillo, whom I proclaim a man of truth, of mercy. For being transported by my jealousies to bloody thoughts and to revenge, I chose Camillo for the minister to poison my friend Polixenes, which had been done, but that the good mind of Camillo tarded my swift command, though I with death and with reward did threaten and encourage him, not doing it and being done, he most humane and filled with honour to my kingly guest, unclasped my practice, quit his fortunes here, which you know great, and to the certain hazard of all uncertainties himself commended, no richer than his honour. How he glisters through my rust, and how his piety does my deeds make the blacker.
Re-enter Paulina.
Woe the while! Oh, cut my lace, lest my heart, cracking it, break too.
What fit is this, good lady?
What studied torments, tyrant, hast for me? What wheels, racks, fires? What flaying, boiling in leads or oils? What old or newer torture must I receive, whose every word deserves to taste of thy most worst? Thy tyranny, together working with thy jealousies, fancies too weak for boys, too green and idle for girls of 9. Oh, think what they have done, and then run mad indeed, stark mad, for all thy bygone fooleries were but spices of it. That thou betray'st Polixenes, 'twas nothing. That did but show thee of a fool, inconstant and damnable ingrateful. Nor was it much thou wouldst have poisoned good Camillo's honour, to have him kill a king. Poor trespasses, more monstrous standing by, whereof I reckon the casting forth to crows thy baby daughter to be or none or little, though a devil would have shed water out of fire ere done it. Nor is it directly laid to thee the death of the young prince, whose honourable thoughts, thoughts high for one so tender, cleft the heart that could conceive a gross and foolish sire, blemished his gracious dam. This is not, no, laid to thy answer, but the last. O lords, when I have said, cry woe, the queen, the sweetest, dearest creature's dead, and vengeance for it not dropped down yet.
The higher powers forbid.
I say she's dead, I'll swear it. If word nor oath prevail not, go and see. If you can bring tincture or lustre in her lip, her eye, heat outwardly, or breath within, I'll serve you as I would do the gods. But, O thou tyrant, do not repent these things, for they are heavier than all thy woes can stir. Therefore betake thee to nothing but despair. 1,000 knees, 10,000 years together, naked, fasting upon a barren mountain, and still winter in storm perpetual, could not move the gods to look that way thou'ward.
Go on, thou canst not speak too much. I have deserved all tongues to talk their bitterest.
Say no more. However the business goes, you have made fault i' the boldness of your speech.
I am sorry for it. All faults I make, when I shall come to know them, I do repent. Alas, I have showed too much the rashness of a woman. He is touched to the noble heart. What's gone and what's past help should be past grief. Do not receive affliction at my petition, I beseech you. Rather let me be punished, that have minded you of what you should forget. Now, good my liege, sir, royal sir, forgive a foolish woman. The love I bore your queen, lo, fool again, I'll speak of her no more, nor of your children. I'll not remember you of my own lord, who is lost too. Take your patience to you, and I'll say nothing.
Thou didst speak but well, when most the truth, which I received much better than to be pitied of thee. Prithee, bring me to the dead bodies of my queen and son. One grave shall be for both. Upon them shall the causes of their death appear, unto our shame perpetual. Once a day I'll visit the chapel where they lie, and tears shed there shall be my recreation. So long as nature will bear up with this exercise, so long I daily bear to use it. Come, and lead me to these sorrows.
Exeunt. Scene 3. Bohemia, a desert country near the sea. Enter Antigonus with the child and a mariner.
Thou art perfect, then. Our ship hath touched upon the deserts of Bohemia.
Ay, my lord, and fear we have landed in ill time. The skies look grimly and threaten present blusters. In my conscience, the heavens with that we have in hand are angry and frown upon us.
Their sacred wills be done. Go, get aboard, look to thy bark. It'll not be long before I call upon thee.
Make your best haste, and go not too far i' the land. 'Tis like to be loud weather. Besides, this place is famous for the creatures of prey that keep upon it.
Go thou away, I'll follow instantly.
I am glad at heart to be so rid of the business.
Exit.
Come, poor babe. I have heard, but not believed, the spirits of the dead may walk again. If such thing be, thy mother appeared to me last night, for ne'er was dream so like a waking. To me comes a creature, sometimes her head on one side, some another. I never saw a vessel of like sorrow, so filled and so becoming, in pure white robes. Like very sanctity she did approach my cabin where I lay, thrice bowed before me, and, gasping to begin some speech, her eyes became two spouts. The fury spent, anon did this break from her. Good Antigonus, since fate against thy better disposition hath made thy person for the thrower out of my poor babe, according to thine oath, places remote enough are in Bohemia, there weep and leave it crying. And for the babe is counted lost for ever, Perdita I prithee called. For this ungentle business put on thee by my lord, thou ne'er shalt see thy wife Paulina more. So with shrieks she melted into air. Affrighted much, I did in time collect myself, and thought this was so, and no slumber. Dreams are toys. Yet for this once, yea, superstitiously, I will be squared by this. I do believe Hermione hath suffered death, and that Apollo would, this being indeed the issue of King Polixenes, it should here be laid, either for life or death, upon the earth of its right father. Blossom, speed thee well.
Laying down the child.
There lie, and there thy character. There these.
Laying down a bundle.
Which may, if fortune please, both breed thee pretty, and still rest thine. The storm begins, poor wretch, that for thy mother's fault art thus exposed to loss and what may follow. Weep I cannot, but my heart bleeds, and more accursed am I to be by oath enjoined to this. Farewell. The day frowns more and more. Thou'rt like to have a lullaby too rough. I never saw the heavens so dim by day. A savage clamor. Well, may I get aboard? This is the chase. I am gone forever.
Exit, pursued by a bear. Enter an old shepherd.
I would there were no age between 10 and 23, or that youth would sleep out the rest, for there is nothing in the between but getting wenches with child, wronging the ancientry, stealing, fighting. Hark you now, would any but these boiling brains of 19 and 22 hunt this weather? They have scared away 2 of my best sheep, which I fear the wolf will sooner find than the master. If anywhere I have them, 'tis by the seaside, browsing of ivy. Good luck, and be thy will. What have we here?
Taking up the child.
Mercy ons, a bairn, a very pretty bairn. A boy or a child, I wonder. A pretty one, a very pretty one, sure. Some scape, though I'm not bookish, yet I can read waiting gentlewoman in the scape. This has been some stair work, some trunk work, some behind door work. They were warmer that got this than the poor thing is here. I'll take it up for pity, yet I'll tarry till my son comes. He hallowed but even now. Whoa, ho, ho!
Clown within.
Hello, hello.
What art so near? If thou'lt see a thing to talk on when thou art dead and rotten, come hither.
Enter clown.
What ailst thou, man?
I have seen 2 such sights by sea and by land, but I am not to say it is a sea, for it is now the sky. Betwixt the firmament and it you cannot thrust a bodkin's point.
Why, boy, how is it?
I would you did but see how it chafes, how it rages, how it takes up the shore. But that's not to the point. Oh, the most piteous cry of the poor souls! Sometimes to see 'em, and not to see 'em. Now the ship boring the moon with her mainmast, and anon swallowed with yeast and froth, as you thrust a cork into a hogshead. And then for the land service, to see how the bear tore out his shoulder bone, how he cried to me for help, and said his name was Antigonus, a nobleman. But to make an end of the ship, to see how the sea flap dragoned it. But first, how the poor souls roared, and the sea mocked them, and how the poor gentleman roared, and the bear mocked him, both roaring louder than the sea or weather.
Name of mercy! When was this, boy?
Now, I have not winked since I saw these sights. The men are not yet cold under water, nor the bear half dined on the gentleman. He's at it now.
Would I have been by to have helped the old man?
Why would you have been by the ship's side to have helped her? There your charity would have lacked footing.
Heavy matters, heavy matters. But look thee here, boy. Now bless thyself, thou mettest with things dying. I? With things new born. Here's a sight for thee. Look thee, a bearing cloth for a squire's child. Look thee here. Take up, boy. Opened, so let's see. It was told me I should be rich by the fairies. This is some changeling. Opened. What's within, boy?
You're a maid, old man. If the sins of your youth are forgiven you, you're well to live. Gold! All gold!
This is fairy gold, boy, and will prove so. Up with it. Keep it close. Home, the next way. We are lucky, boy, and to be so still requires nothing but secrecy. Let my sheep go. Come, good boy, the next way home.
Go you the next way with your findings. I'll go see if the bear be gone from the gentleman, and how much he hath eaten. They are never cursed but when they are hungry. If there be any of them left, I'll bury it.
That's a good deed. If thou mayst discern by that which is left of him what he is, fetch me to the sight of him.
Marry, will I? And you shall help to put him i' the ground.
'Tis a lucky day, boy, and we'll do good deeds on't.
Exeunt. End of Act 3.